I'm going to go ahead and exit the bivouac now. And then later we will have possibly a video to test to see how the audio sounds. Which means
Uh,
you'll be able to hear both of us.
You think this was how things were going to go when Sentinel came in?
Kids, Sentinel is a true bond.
oh,
Yes, I hear you now. It's still some syllables are missing.
different or better? Is that?
No, no better. Like the volume is great, the clarity is great. It's just it's not all there.
Because so one thing I tried was completely disconnecting my headphones and just using the input output sound, and I had no input at all. I was trying to speak to you, hear you, but I had no voice at all. I was trying to voice check the.
I think I understand. I'm still missing some syllables here, but I think I understand. And also, if you don't have any headphones plugged in and the speakers are playing noise, now the microphone has to try to negate the speakers while hearing you. So that is the worst case scenario, is just using the built-in microphones with the built-in speakers. So did I hear correctly that you tried to plug in just a microphone to the laptop and it didn't work? Or did I not hear that correctly?
Right. I tried to disconnect my microphone. Phones completely just work off solely. You should be able to find some of my headphones that have a feature, Samsung.
Right. So the ones that you've been using all night, are they the type that just fit in your ear and have a microphone on the one side?
No, these are actual game phones with a dedicated microphone on the side. It would.
Does it have one plug or two? As far as plugging into 3.5 millimeter.
Just one, the 3 ring.
Okay, and because it's not using the microphone on your head, I think we can safely assume that 3.5 millimeter port is only for earphones. It doesn't have any microphone input. Is there a microphone input port by itself next to that one?
Negative.
Okay, so then yes, the only way around this is to have a USB adapter. And that USB adapter directly could either just be a cheap Chinese USB sound card that has a microphone input and a stereo output, and then you could just, but then you would have to still split the, wow. So yeah, those headphones and that one plug, the one that's if you plugged into a smartphone, it would work just fine. I don't think that microphone's ever going to work in that Chromebook without something external. Or an adapter, but honestly, the only way to get microphone input on that laptop seems to be USB, period. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Do you have a Bluetooth earpiece anywhere? And does the Chromebook have Bluetooth?
Yes, it does. I haven't connected it to my phone for purposes of talking to my new therapist here lately. So I Apple Buds. So I can actually try to here, bro. Does that translate?
Mostly. Go. Do it. Make it so number one. Engage.
Okay. I don't know if you can hear me or not. This might take a. Let's see.
So if you haven't been using Bluetooth or anything on your Chromebook, and it's using, well, obviously it's using Chromium OS, right?
So, can you hear me now?
No differently.
Pairing.
I heard the word pairing.
So, well, let's see here. It's weird, I can't get these things that can.
Saw a collectible on the road as I'm flying pretty high over it in a helicopter. How rare is that?
That's pretty usual.
Okay. I figured the collectibles were a little bit more rare.
Oh, they're just scattered throughout.
And also being able to see it from the height that I was at.
Let's see,
Roughly, I
two
don't know, 300 meters.
user. So, airplanes have a microphone on them, or am I still speaking through?
I'm still missing some syllables, but it's possibly better. Keep trying. Oh, also, if you have a second microphone on a computer, you usually have to tell the computer which microphone to use as a default option. So I thought that I've never actually tried it with Chrome or Chromium OS or whatever you want to call it.
So output is AirPods and input. Oh, that.
Keep testing.
I can hear you, but I switched to the in, so that would. The AirPods don't have a speaker.
I'm still missing some syllables. Did you say that there was only one input choice?
No, I have two input choices, but the one that is not consistent is the fact that I have AirPods in, and the input is set to microphone and turn. So when I put AirPods, the Bluetooth, it's just static on.
So here's what I'm going to need you to do. Turn down the volume a lot, and then what you're going to do is you're going to unplug your earbuds from the 3.5 millimeter port, and then you're going to try the Bluetooth.
I don't have anything plugged into the jack at all. The 3.5 jack. Everything is on Bluetooth right now.
Well, I misunderstood, and even though I missed maybe one syllable in that whole sentence, it was noticeably better than previously. So maybe it is using the microphone on your Bluetooth at the moment. Can you confirm, or is there no way to confirm that? Like, scratch your microphone.
No way to confirm. Yeah, the only thing I'm doing is literally holding my Chromebook up underneath my chin and basically yelling into this device like an 85-year-old woman.
Well, hopefully it's not upsetting the family. I don't want to get you any more, dislike. But,
No, everyone.
so the Bluetooth earbud, or earpiece is definitely not going to work? You can't hear anything with static?
I can hear you clear as a bell still, as I did before, but the output is no different.
I have never had to try to do this on a Chromium, so I honestly don't know exactly what to tell you. But this whole time I have been live streaming, and it will prove whether or not game chat, which according to the wording when I started the live streaming, should be recorded, whereas before we were using party chat. That's why it only recorded the game audio. It should prove that that is the case, but then you'll also be able to hear the syllable loss that I'm referring to. What if, without the Bluetooth, when you are looking at the input choices, before you plug in the earpiece, the wired earpiece, whatever, see if the choice for input changes when you plug in or not. A lot of laptops, and Windows anyway, will refer to the included built-in microphone and any microphone that you plug into a valid microphone port as the same thing. Some of them will differentiate once something is plugged in. And the thing is, it knows that something is plugged in because it stops outputting audio to your built-in speakers and puts the audio only in the earbuds. So with that same detection that it's getting, it should be able to tell that there's a damn microphone plugged in, if that's true. And also, depending on which brand of microphone, or earbuds, you said they were cheap ones, they weren't like Apple ones, right? I did not understand what you just said.
Trying this again here. Regular headphones on.
I hear you, but I'm still losing syllables, so I'm guessing anything is different yet.
So I switched out to my original headphones. You can hear me now.
Oh yeah, I forgot that your original headphones were the actual like big ones that are meant for gaming. My mistake. So,
But I'm using the input of the Chromebook, the actual mic jack itself.
the input of the Chromebook did change its description to mic jack.
Negative. So I have two options. One is for the input is for the mic jack, and when I select that, you can't hear me.
When you select mic jack, you can't hear anything. So it's like that 2.5 millimeter port is either a microphone or an earpiece.
Most likely, since it's probably kind of on the cheaper side of things, I can hear you okay with that option because it's the input. But as far as output, select that you can't hear at all.
So then that's because if it's acting as a microphone input, it's expecting just a mono or stereo plug, not a CTIA plug that your fancy headphones are using.
Right, so I do have an adapter in my office that allows me to use that on my phone, especially when using Square as like a credit. So I'm kind of curious if I go back in that in a, even though it's a different, might be a different size.
I'm missing some syllables still, but I think I understand. And also what might be interesting or useful is if you plug in your gamer headset to a smartphone that isn't a Samsung or an Apple, if you could do voice chat with it that way, then that would actually help to confirm which of the two RTTF standards it's using, one of which is CTIA, and the other of which I can't remember its fucking name. So it's still possible that your Chromebook does support RTTS, but just not the version that your headphones are, which is interesting because the only ones that are supposed to not be, I don't know. There's some testing to do, and the Bluetooth idea still should work. It's really weird that it doesn't. But we're also in the middle of the chat, so maybe it doesn't want to change microphone inputs while you're in the middle of the chat.
Oh, so you think like backing out, starting all over would kind of set things, kind of like setting a start over?
Not even necessary. At the worst, having to reboot the computer. At the least, just disconnecting from this chat where it's expecting the microphone, and then reconnecting after you've got the Bluetooth connected.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. This live stream so far is just a tour of me in a helicopter flying over the area. Hey, there's a baseball field. And a football field. Or is that soccer? No, that's definitely football. Hey, I do have the parachute option now that I unlocked the perk. I hold down X to exit the helicopter, and I have a parachute.